fun, but in this video I've given you 10 that I like the most. So let's start with number 10. Number 10 is elevator, lift. Across Roblox, this Technic office building game was super popular. It was an awesome game which had Technic fan codes. No, I mean Technic Gen 4s, I believe they are. They had the D series chimes and were really efficient and awesome. There were 2 big service lifts and 5 passenger lifts, with 2 of them being glass. And some test lifts outside the building, but sadly, this game no longer works anymore because if you try and go in the lift, either it won't move, or it just won't move. That's pretty much it. This is because of the temporary the PGS physics solver enabled removal. Things like Roblox for removing that physics solver, because if you didn't do this physics update, this game would probably work fine still. This game was super popular across many Roblox users and was played a lot and was a really fun game. Sadly though, thanks to Roblox updates, it's Roblox physics that's broken the game. If this game still worked fine, it would be higher up on my list, but sadly it's not. The only lifts that work now are the Technic Franco Gold lifts, which are the ones I'm about to go in now. Technic Franco will still work if you use it in a game. However, if you use any of the lifts I'm about to go in now, the lift model will just fall apart. Which is a real shame because I really liked PGS physics solver lifts. They were really amazing. And it's a real shame this game does not work anymore. So all I have to say is, rest in peace, lift. You will be missed. Now for number 9 on my list, we have Skytech Headquarters, the new version. Now Skytech is a HQ game, which is super realistic and has really nice lifts. Sadly though, the main lifts have Dewhurst, which I'm a bit disappointed about. They also have an eco disc and some Otis Skytech look-alike,
Level 1
test tower lifts, which are much nicer than the main lifts.
Doors closing.
Now, if this game did not have Dewhurst, I would put it high on my list, but sadly it does, so.
Doors closing. Lift going down.
There was also an old Skytech as well, which was a lot smaller. The building was a lot smaller. It was in like a 3-story building. But this bigger version is a bit better, but I'm still
Level 1
a bit disappointed that I have to use Dewhurst buttons, which, like I said, if the lifts didn't have Dewhurst, it would score high on my list. Why do the main list have Dewhurst? Overall, Skytech Headquarters is a good game, but like I said, if the main list didn't have Dewhurst, the game would be a lot nicer. Number 9, we have Whitehill Shopping Centre. Now, Whitehill is an awesome game, but sadly it's set as private most of the time, so it can't be played very often. Sadly, I have no pictures of this game, but this game is really nice. It has some really epic lifts, and it's very, very realistic as well. It looks like an actual real shopping centre. They're also building a Whitehill Platinum as well, which is even nicer. Basically, Whitehill Platinum is just a nicer version of Whitehill I'm showing you now. And it's a really nice, well-detailed game. My favourite places are the fact that it's got like a little lift shop and an air conditioner shop as well, but actually a appliance shop to be exact. I really like the idea of having an appliance shop. It's a really good feature, and yeah. But sadly, though, it's often shut down a lot and says private. So if it wasn't private often, it would score higher on my list. Coming in at number 7, we have Lowcrest Mole Blockham. Now, this game was made by me, and it's actually inspired by Whitehill. And it's a really good game, but sadly though, I had a guy Rutition help out to make the game better, because he apologised for what he did being mean to me last time. So I gave him a second chance. He built a really nice game for me, but sadly though, when he helped me and I published the next version of the game, which is version thing now, it made the game really slow, because when I exit this lift now, watch. See, the game is like really nice though. It has like really nice air conditioners, but also look, when you exit the doors, the automatic doors are really slow, and it made me have to remove the lifts in M1S as seen here, because the game was just running so slow. I tried everything to make the game run better, but sadly no. I don't know if I'll be able to get the game running again, and sadly it might come into a conclusion that I might have to leave Lowcrest Mole, which is a real shame, because this is a really nice mole and it has really nice lifts like the Otogen 2 we're riding now, which was actually inspired by I can't remember his name now. High Cross, that's what it's called. High Cross in Leicester, and the lift actually High Cross.
Doors opening.
And yeah, I'm disappointed that this game lags so much now. It's a real shame, because it's a really nice game. But sadly,
Doors opening.
if it wasn't so laggy, it would be high up on my list. Now we're coming into number 6, guys, and number 6 is Premier Hotel built by Codemaster. Now, this is a game that is based off of Premier Inn in London, and Codemaster said, "Do you want to help out with this game?" I asked him if I could help, and he said sure. And me and Codemaster spent hours building this game, and I even built like a little bridge that goes to this swimming pool, which has a Luxia lift, but unfortunately though, the Kona Ecodiscs that used to be here have been replaced by Luxias, because whenever you called the Kona Ecodiscs, they would glitch out the shaft, and yeah, but these lifts also glitch as well, because look, you see this? I am now stuck in the lift. So yeah, if this game was performed better, it was probably at number 3. And now we move on to number 5. Number 5 is another game, yes, made by me, called World's Largest Lift Game. I made a challenge trying to make a really big lift game, like a big city of lifts. There's lots of games like this on Roblox, but my idea was I could make one bigger than everyone else's. It succeeded, but unfortunately though, the game is a little bit slow. Like some of the lifts did not perform as well as they would have if there was left lifts in the game. But this game does have some interesting lifts, such as the first generation Luxia freight lift, with old-fashioned opening doors, which you sort of find in like Switzerland and stuff. And also, this game was cancelled because, as of now, 2020, last year when I was busy working on the game, I was playing it one time, and what happened was, I went into the game, and it said, "You've been kicked from the game for some reason," although it was my own game, but looking at it, it's just been fixed now. It's because there are some lift models that like had certain restrictions to them, and yeah, and someone was on the game, as you can see, while I was doing this video. But this game, unfortunately, it has some polar lifts, which I did like technic lift polar, but due to HHP requests removal and physics removal once again, Roblox, thanks a lot. Technic polar's not working anymore, but some of the lifts still do work. But some of them can be a little bit glitchy. Sometimes you will fall up the shaft of the lift, fall into the shaft of the lift, which is annoying. But as you can see, someone's asking that's me there. But as you guys can tell, this game is now discontinued by me, and I will try and make lifts with a lift game with like Luxia lift and stuff in the future. Anyway. Most of the games on this list are actually made by me, but I'm a pretty good game creator. So yeah, anyway, that'll be it. Coming in at number 4, we have another game made by me. It's called Luke Mole, and it's named after my best friend, Luke Vettel, who is an awesome friend on Roblox of mine. He has helped me grow my YouTube channel, actually, and he didn't want a mole at first, but I convinced him in a way, and he basically loved, in the end, he loves it, because you can't disagree that this game is quite awesome. It has some very nice Cone 8M series lifts, kind of iconic, actually, and they also have some, like, and this game was also a replacement for Luxia Oaks that I built. Actually, not Luxia Oaks, I mean, that's the next game that's on my list, but this game was actually a replacement for Lowcrest Mole, because as you slow the game used to run. This game is a little bit slow, but it still runs a lot better than Lowcrest, and this game is amazing. It has loads of little shops. It even has like a lift shop, which sells like lift parts and stuff. And it actually is owned by Luke Vettel, that is, because that's his shop where he sells, like, lift parts, which is really, really cool. The shop I'm in now is the electronic shop, where, like, it's not the lift part shop, but it's actually the shop where, like, appliances are sold. It even sells aircons, and even my old Lowcrest has an aircons that you can buy. And yeah, Ultra Ben 560 also helped with this one. He used to be a bully, but he's not anymore. But he helped with this game. He built the brown building that you can see. But anyway, as you can see here, you've got the lift shelf part, the lift in the lift shop now. That was lift. WH Smith, TK Maxx, and Ultra Ben 560 built this bit. Downstairs is like a little Costa Cafe. I think I'll buy the Express Inspection Control panel and the Ecodisc buttons, please. Thank you. Now coming at number 3, we have Luke HQ. Yes, another game for my good friend Luke Vettel. He deserves these games, and this game is built for him. And as you can see, this HQ is inspired by Skytech. The new version, that is, because there used to be a little version as well. The lifts in this building are Mitsubishi's and Kone Ecodiscs, and even some Luxia Revolution 3 lifts for the non-glass lifts. For the main non-glass lifts. But they have vandals system pictures, which is really nice. And unlike Skytech, they actually use Luxia parts, not Dewhurst parts, which I like. The only reason why the Ecodisc that goes down to the basement has Dewhurst is for the priority service key switch. Luke's office, which is on the ground floor, actually has a picture of Luke on the on his iMac. Each room is air conditioned and actually, and the game is actually still under construction, which, yes, the game should be done by April hopefully, but we don't know that yet. The game also has a laundry and under construction plant room as well, and a staff room. And thanks to Luke, he really enjoys this game. And I'm going to install a fire panel for him today as well. The one that is in Skytech. If I can, that is, Luke. If I can't, I'm sorry about that. Upstairs, even there's a game room, and on the first floor, there's actually going to be a space for a restaurant as well. Actually, but yeah, the game is nearly done. Well, actually, it's not really done yet, but as you can see, the Mitsubishi lifts are much faster than the Luxia lifts as well, and it's very fun. And even has some things from Skytech, like the doors. See these RFID doors here? That's right, they're from Skytech. Now to the last ones now. It's number 2, which is Kone Lifts UK Headquarters. It says Kone Elevators UK because it says Kone Elevators on their vans that they use in real life. This HQ was actually based off of Skytech because it has the old Skytech, such as the same Luxia air conditioners. Although the lifts are different and the actual design of the building is a bit different, it has a cafe and offices, just like the old Skytech did. But obviously, in my opinion, this is a bit nicer than Skytech, because in my Kone HQ you get, that's right, iMacs. And the staircase of this actually looks very industrial. You can actually see the air conditioners mounted outside on the glass wall. Don't worry, it's laminated glass, which is super strong and won't crack easily. Anyway, as a test tower, just like the new Skytech does. And this was actually inspired by the I don't think it was actually inspired, but in my opinion, it is inspired by the test tower in Finland or Sweden. I can't remember what it is now, but it's very similar to that. Lifting the actual building is actually a 5th generation EcoDisc because the test tower was built first, but the lifting the test tower, the white lift, is a 4th generation EcoDisc with GCE logic, and the 3rd generation used to have LCE logic, but it had its logic replaced with GCE. And yeah, the 4th generation actually used to be a power disc, by the way. So yeah, but it got replaced with an EcoDisc. Also, the lift in the building itself and the actual test tower and the 3rd generation are not MOLs. However, the 4th generation EcoDisc is a MOL. It's really cool how we have 3rd generation, 4th generation and 5th generation EcoDiscs all in one game. It's really cool. But it's only 2nd best because of the next game which I'm about to show you in a minute. However, this game is really good and it gets a 5-star rating. And number 1 is Elevator Lift. Now this game, I'm hoping to mention something again, but it's not. This game is actually made by me, and this game is a replacement for the original Lift game, which was the former Technics Office HQ. This game used to have the Technic Gen 5 lifts, but they were modernised by step lifts. And then, because polar lifts don't work anymore, what I did was, I changed out the step lifts. So the modernisation was of Technic Gen 5 to step lifts polar was first, and then they were replaced, not modernised, replaced by Kone Nano Disc, which is a high-rise MRL, which sounds like an Eco Disc. But the buttons that are actually used are actually Luxia. There's also some Mitsubishi MRLs as well, but they're very under-spec'd, unfortunately. And the Mitsubishis were installed at the same time as the
Doors opening.
same time the step lifts came and modernised the Technolifts.
Doors closing.
So as you can see, the building still has its original features, but only two of the lifts were glass. Now only one is not glass. And also these lifts are epic as well. They're really fast, really efficient, and the building doesn't modernise itself, doesn't have original features, so I wanted to keep the building as original not working with. The service is still there, but it's going to be replaced with the Luxia Revolution 3 services. And yeah, one thing that happened in this Deathlifts mod is that all the doors were changed to glass, apart from the ground floor doors. Anyway, that is the game. And also, you also have the test lifts as well, which are Technic Polars at the back, but they don't work anymore. But as you guys know, this game is actually it's actually my most popular game I've ever made on my designer account. But anyway, that is all of the my top 10 lift games on Roblox. Thanks for watching and bye for now.